Okay, all right, completed our second scrimmage today. Really starting out the day, we went live, field goal block. Really just trying to develop some depth on the offensive line, for field goal protection. And really just try to, pick up where we left off. We did a great job defensively blocking kicks last year, so that was an emphasis at the very first of practice. Then we did some special teams work, punt return. Did some live reps with that. It's really good for our punt returners. The same three guys rotated. Really just looking at it from the scrimmage, I don't think there's a whole lot of separation from the different things. And then we did a couple sky kicks. Of course, that's been a point of emphasis for us. We were average last year at executing sky kicks, and it was good for our returners to get back on the 10-yard line, have to make decisions. And all that. Then we went ahead and went some 2-minute situations. I think we went 8 2-minute situations in the last 2 days with the SEC officials. It's always really good to execute that. It helps our young quarterbacks, learn what the expectations are and put them in as many situations as possible, to try to get them game ready too. Both quarterbacks, rotated equally the last 2 days with the 2-minute, and I think, obviously it's great for our defense in those situations too. After that, we put the ball down. It was a real similar scrimmage to what it was the last scrimmage, about the same number of plays with the 1s, 2s, and 3s. Quarterbacks rotated equally. There was a little bit more of an emphasis on throwing the ball. This scrimmage usually is, that's by design. Our receivers, we're a little inconsistent. We had a couple big drops that really would have really kept drives alive and probably put some points on the board as far as that goes. The offense overall really rebounded. We're starting to look like an Auburn offense. If we get just the inconsistencies with a few drops, I think we'd have felt a little bit better about that. But overall, it was a really good day. It was hot. The last 3 days, it's been extremely hot. Really feel like our guys have battled through and pushed themselves through, not feeling sorry for themselves, and that's really encouraging. We're building the character of our team right now, and so really feel good from that standpoint, just from the leadership and our attitude overall. Pushing through the heat. Questions?
Did this scrimmage get you a meaningful step closer in the quarterback battle?
No, I think anytime you scrimmage, like I said last time, it's going to give us great information. Sitting here today, I can't tell you any more really than I did last time, but other than the fact we got 2 scrimmages now, and we're getting more and more information. And I thought both guys at times, did a very solid day today. Like I said, we're starting to look like an Auburn offense. We're not there yet, but we're starting to look that. You see flashes, and so. Like I said, overall, I think both those guys did some good things, and Cord got, some reps towards the end, and he's a guy that continues to improve too.
When you've had several of your top receivers out with injury in these last 2 scrimmages, you have backups and you want someone to stand up.
Yeah.
Is that a little disappointing? And is there anyone that's stood up?
There's a couple guys that we're just trying to be smart with. It's going to be fine. For the first game, we're trying to develop some depth. J.J. Wilson's a guy that's really stood out so far about. Just wanting the ball and attacking the ball and really doing a good job overall, and so we really want to give him a look. Zach Farrar, same type deal, and it looks like he's improving each practice too. And then some of our older guys that hadn't started before, the Marquise McLeans and of course Sal, we're giving them guys plenty of opportunities because we're going to need everybody, and this is really the way we've been looking at it as a great opportunity to develop depth. And so they're getting all they want. Seth Williams, he did a good job this week in practice. We're kind of moving him around a little bit. And so, like I said, we just got to continue to improve. We got to get more consistent, really just catching the basic balls, I'd say, at this point.
Guess what, Jake Fromm, where does he fit into that as far as catching the ball?
Yeah, Tyler?
Tyler,
Yeah.
sorry, yeah.
Tyler, we're moving him around. He's got a unique skill set. So, we've been playing at tight end, H-back, but also we're moving him out wide some. And that's kind of what he did in high school anyway. He's a big body. He's a guy that needs to take the next step, and we told him that. He's a guy that could help us this year. He's showing flashes, of being able to do that. And, that's going to be a big key. Every year we've had a chance to win a championship here. We've had freshmen that helped us and played big roles in big games. And so we've challenged not only him, but we've challenged all those freshmen. We recruited those guys to play. And the reality is now they're here, and now they got the opportunity to do it, and they just got to do it.
Gus, what did you see from the defense today?
Yeah, defense did a good job. Defense, what I like is you can tell we're an experienced defense. So let's say today there was a new wrinkle, there was a successful play on offense. All right, there's one on my mind today that was an explosive play. Tried to run it, disguise it later in the scrimmage, and they snipped it out. So just tells you like the veteran group can make adjustments, which is so important, in the course of games.
When you exit preseason camp, you get that day break, everybody goes to class. Yeah. When you return to practice on the 20th, do you want to be like, this is our starting quarterback? This is our second?
I'm not ready to say that today. Kind of like I said at the very first, whenever it feels right and you want to be like really clear, that's when we'll name it. Now, that'll be 2 weeks away, and that's when you start school, that's when you really start the emphasis on them. This next week will be a little bit of the first and a little bit of keep developing the finer tune things. So, I'm not ready to say that yet, but we will have our base plan in for Oregon so we can really start stressing those things.
What'd you see from your running backs today?
All the running backs scrimmaged. I think all of them, carried the ball. I think we had one ball on the ground, but he got it back. He just kind of hit and kind of got away, and he got it back. But that's what you're looking for right now. Like, we got some talented running backs, and I think all those guys we got can help us win. But first game, who do we trust? Who's going to hold on the ball? That's the number one thing. And so that's really what I've been stressing, and Cadillac's been stressing.
Were you able to run the football more effectively this scrimmage?
Yeah, I think overall it was like I said, it was more balanced, and like I said, we're close to start to look like an Auburn offense. So that's being able to throw it and run it, close. We're not there yet, but I saw improvement today, and that's the encouraging thing. And I'd like to think once we get our veteran receivers out there, it'll even be a little bit cleaner.
How do you balance that when you have quarterback competition and you're getting closer to game prep with these receivers that you're holding out for?
You can still see the ball placement. Should the ball have been caught? Should it not? Or did they throw the ball away when he's covered? Did catch it where he can catch or nobody can catch? Or throw it where he can catch or nobody can catch. Those things you can evaluate. And so, like I said, and there's nothing like a scrimmage, getting out there and put the ball down. Coaches are on the sidelines and down in distance thinking. And then the 2-minute situations, too, are also very good information, too.
You mentioned J.J. Wilson, but does he bring anything to that H-back tight end slot that you might not have had the last few years?
Well, he's versatile. The guy's he could play a lot of different positions. He could play a real wide receiver position. He could probably play running back. He can do a lot of different things, so, but I will say this, the other two H-backs, the older guys, you can tell they've improved now. And so it feels good that, we have 3 of them and we can do a little bit more things. We may be in 12 personnel a little bit more, so it gives us a little more flexibility, and and so that's a good thing as far as going into the season.
How do you think Matthew Hill's done with probably getting a little bit more reps?
Yeah, he's getting most of the reps with the ones right now, and there's some good and some things he needs to improve on. He's one of those guys that we're really needing to take that next step. He showed flashes. He made a couple wild plays, but we just got to be consistent. Consistent with everything that goes on. There's nothing better than getting out there with the ones and showing what you can do when the pressure's on.
Was anyone held out as scrimmage today?
No, all the offensive guys. Seth Williams was limited. He did the 2-minute, but that wasn't. If we played today, he'd have played. If we played another team, so. But everybody else played. And no one was held out. We got a couple guys that are a little banged up. The younger guys and all that y'all probably saw. Yesterday at practice, or the day of practice, but everybody else, the older guys played. Anything else?
Good.
All right, thank you all.